This is Exodus 27. Make an Assiah wood altar. The altar should be square, 7.5 feet long and 7.5 feet wide. It should be 4.5 feet high. Make horns for the altar and attach them to it, 1 horn for each of its 4 corners. Cover it with copper. Make pails for removing its ashes and its shovels, bowls, meat forks, and trays. Make all its equipment out of copper. Make for the altar a grate made of copper mesh. Make 4 copper rings for each of the 4 corners of the mesh. Slide the mesh underneath the bottom edge of the altar and then extend the mesh halfway up to the middle of the altar. Make Assiah wood poles for the altar and cover them with copper. Put the poles through the rings so that the poles will be on the 2 sides of the altar when it is carried. Make the altar with planks but hollow inside. All these should be made just as you were shown on the mountain. You should also set up the dwelling's courtyard. The courtyard's south side should have drapes of fine twisted linen stretching 150 feet on that side, with 20 posts, 20 copper bases, and silver hooks and bands for the posts. Likewise, along the north side, the drapes should stretch 150 feet with 20 posts, 20 copper bases, and silver hooks and bands for the posts. The courtyard's width on the west side should consist of 75 feet of drapes with their 10 posts and their 10 bases. The courtyard's width on the front facing east should be 75 feet. There should be 22.5 feet of drapes on one side and 3 posts and 3 bases for them. There should be 22.5 feet of drapes on the other side with 3 posts and 3 bases for them. For the gate into the courtyard, there will be a screen 30 feet long, made of blue, purple, and deeply red yarns and of fine, twisted linen decorated with needlework. It will have 4 posts and 4 bases. All posts around the courtyard will have silver bands, silver hooks, and copper bases. The courtyard will be 150 feet long and 75 feet wide. Its wall's height will be 7.5 feet of fine twisted linen and its copper bases. All of the dwelling's equipment for any use and for its tent pegs, and all the courtyard's tent pegs will be made of copper. You must require the Israelites to bring you pure oil of crushed olives for the light, so that the lamp may be set up to burn continually. In the meeting tent outside the veil that hangs in front of us of the covenant document, Aaron and his sons will tend the lamp from evening to morning in the Lord's presence. It will be a permanent regulation for the Israelites in every generation.